Hello my friends, welcome to this video, and inside here we are going to start working with all the CSS styles, and in this case with the style CMS Gray that we are going to be creating for our Joomla template. Now by now I hope that you already took the CSS training that I create for you. Otherwise, believe me, this module will be really complicated for you to understand. Now inside this video we are going to be creating the initial reset styles that are going to help our Joomla template to eliminate all the styles that are going to be applied by the browsers. If you remember when you took the CSS training, there are going to be three different kinds of CSS styles. Number one will be the browser style, number two will be the user style, and at the end, the number 3 will be the author style. The browser styles are going to be the styles that are going to be applied by the browser. So for instance, if I eliminate inside this website, if I go to the CSS and disable styles, and then all styles, the author styles are going to be eliminated. And if you notice, everything will be changed. And as a consequence, the browser style will get applied. What we are going to be doing with the reset styles is again to create a starting point inside our Joomla template. And let me click in here and all styles. Now if you notice, if you analyze your website, right now the default style from the Mozilla Firefox will get applied to this Joomla template. However, if you go to Internet Explorer, you are going to be able to see the Internet Explorer style getting applied. And you can see the style in action right away in here. If you notice, these icons are going to be surrounded by a border. However, if you go back to Mozilla Firefox, the border won't exist. Now that will be, of course, one small detail so I can show you right away, but believe me, there are going to be more settings that you will need to take care. Now you don't need to worry too much about this because there are going to be a few reset styles that are going to be available for download, and we can use those reset styles inside our Joomla templates. One of them will be the blueprint.org. And if you go to this website, you can click down below inside visit blueprint CSS. And then when you get transferred to this page, you are going to be able to download all these blueprint. If you click in here, you are going to be able to get this file, okay? And let me click on blueprint, and if you go to source right here, you are going to be able to see all the blueprints that are going to be supplied by this website, and you can use all these blueprints if you want. However, on this template that we are going to be creating, we are going to only use the reset and the typography. Now, even that we are going to be using these styles, we are going to apply a few changes. And right now, as you can see, I already modified these two styles. And if you click down below inside download reset styles, you are going to be able to get the reset.zip. That folder you are going to be able to unzip and get these two files. And then you are going to open these two files inside Komodo. Let's click in there, and then we are going to go back and open the typography. Right click and open with, and then Komodo. And let me go back to the blueprint in here and open this typography on Komodo so you can notice the difference and the small modifications that I did inside these initial styles. Right click and open with and Komodo. Now let's go to Komodo, and if you notice, you are going to have the original files in here and then the files that I modified myself. Inside the reset style, you are not going to be able to see too many changes, okay? But if you notice inside the body, I eliminate actually, let me go down here, the background, okay? That will be basically all the modification that I did, because we are going to be changing the background and we are not going to apply a white background inside this template. Then if you analyze the typography, you are going to be able to see inside the body rule all these properties. And if you go to the file that you just download, the body will have the same properties but with different values. Together with that, I eliminate the color inside the headings. If you go back, you are going to be able to see the color 111, and everything else should be the same. But let me see, I also eliminate all the links that are going to be affecting the color and the decoration. And I also eliminate all these. And let me check if I eliminate anything else. I think that will be all. Oh, and I also eliminate all the miscellaneous classes. Okay? So let me go back and let me tell you what we are going to do. First of all, we are going to go back to the CMS Teachings folder. And inside here we are going to open the CMS Gray. Let's right click and open with, and then Komodo. Now we are going to go back and start applying all these initial styles. Let me just go back, and by the way, remember, all these reset styles can be applied to any Joomla template. And from there, you can start modifying any template you want. I mean, if you are going to be building several templates each month, you can start with these reset or default styles on each template, and then you can start modifying from there. Let me just make a full selection, Control A, and then Control C, and going back to the CMS Gray, Control V. Then we are going to go back to the typography, make a full selection, Control A, then Control C, and we are going to go back, and all the way to the bottom we are going to click Enter, and one more time. Then we are going to click Control V so we can paste all the results. And again, if you already took the HTML and CSS training, you are going to be able to understand all these styles. If you notice, we are going to be resetting first of all the HTML styles by applying a margin, a padding, and a border. Okay, and down here again we are going to be targeting all these elements. You can see again the body, the divisions, the span, the objects, iframe, and we are going to be resetting all the standard browser CSS styles. Again, you don't need to worry too much about all these reset styles because you are going to be basically using them over and over. Then down here you are going to have more styles, the line height. Now something that you can do in here, you can actually copy all these and you can Control C, then scroll down, and inside the body you can actually click Enter and Control V. Then you can go back and eliminate those lines in here, okay, because you are going to be saving space if you keep eliminating CSS lines. Let me backspace. There we are. And again, you can analyze all these CSS styles if you want. These lines, as you can see in here, are going to be affecting directly all the tables inside our Joomla template. These are going to be for the block quotes, and this line, this actual CSS rule, will be eliminating all the borders around the images that are going to have links. In this case, this special line will be eliminating this border around these images, and you are going to be able to see that in a minute. Let me go back, and everything else will be very standard. The HTML, the body, all the headings. You are going to be applying the font weights, the sizes. Of course, if you notice in here, the H1 elements are going to have a bigger size. Then the H2 elements are going to have a smaller number, and so on. You are going to keep reducing the size because if you remember, the H1 element will be more important than the H2, than the H3, and so on. And everything else, my friends, will be just standard. Again, these are going to be reset styles that are going to help us to start developing our Joomla template from this point. And again, you can use these styles over and over. Right now we are just going to save, and then we are going to upload that CSS style inside our server. Let's go to Joomla 25 in my case, and then we are going to go to Templates and CMS Teachings. Let's go to the CSS, right click and upload. We are going to replace, and now we are going to refresh. Let me close this window and click refresh. And as you can see, we are going to start developing our Joomla template from this point. Let me go to Internet Explorer and analyze this template. Click refresh. And as you can see, now our Joomla template will look more similar on every browser. Of course, it won't be 100% perfect, but believe me, it will be a lot better if you include these reset styles.